Welcome back to Great Day Washington. Did you know that the average American with poor credit loses about $350 a month? This is according to Money Magazine.
Well, we don't want you to just give your money away. So here this morning with some great tips on how you can clean up your credit and save some money is the author of Credit Hacks, Rondi Lambeth. Welcome.
Welcome.
Awesome to be here.
We were just talking because it's you talk about people with poor credit losing money a month, but if any of us are doing something, we can be just giving money away.
Right, you know, and you're losing it not only in higher interest rates, higher car insurance premiums, and the lack of opportunity. 70% of all employers now check credit. So if you have jacked up credit, bad credit, they'll go with someone that has good credit over, even if you're overqualified.
Employers can check your credit?
Yeah, 70% of employers check credit now.
So are they thinking if this person has trouble paying their bills or staying on top of payments, then maybe they'll have trouble getting to work?
Yeah, because they're going to have drama at work, they're not going to show up, they're going to have collection companies, they're going to have garnishments, all of that comes into play. So the average American, like you said, was losing $300 a month.
Thank you.
So what we're going to do is we're going to tear these up. Oh no, we got to tear them up.
But keep it.
Oh no, you can't keep it. You got to tear it up.
Why we don't tear up money?
Because it hurts.
It does
That's
hurt.
what most people do is they throw it away.
Okay.
So I have 5 easy credit hacks. Here, I got an extra one here for you.
Okay, yes, please give me some money. I can stuff it. This is what my grandmother used to do, and she's good with money. Go ahead.
So there's 5 easy credit hacks that can help you save $350 a month. Number 1 is you have to have at least 3 open credit cards at all times. Okay. The reason for this is FICO, over the last 60 years, has figured out that people without credit cards, with less than 3, are more likely to be late over the next 2 years. And so they're trying to predict the future and whether or not you're going to pay your bills on time. So you got to have 3 credit cards.
Is there too many to have?
There isn't too many, other than, not as far as your credit score, but it can be too many as managing them. Right. Because if you don't use them every month, you lose it. They actually kick it out of the algorithm. Okay. So you want to use it.
Right.
The second hack is don't do this. Don't carry all of your credit cards with you at the same time, because if you lose this, you got to spend countless hours shutting down each card.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Then they're going to close it, which is going to lower your credit score. And the reason it lowers your credit score is FICO has figured out that 90% of all late payments happen within the first 2 years of you opening an account. So when they close that account and they report a new account, it actually lowers your credit score, and it can take 4 or 5 years to recoup from it.
This seems like conventional wisdom says just have one good credit card, keep it for a long time, pay your bill off every month. But this can be dangerous for someone who has trouble managing.
Absolutely. Yes, it can be. You know, that brings me to my third point, which is never go over 10% of your credit limit. People are bad with math, so I got this big pink calculator here. And that's why they put it, you know, on the tips now, on the gratuity thing, so they figure out the math for you. And then you never want to use a debit card. That's the worst possible thing, is using a debit card, because you're giving access to the thieves your checking account, your paycheck.
I always thought it would curb my spending if I used the debit card.
I like using the cash I have.
Yeah, I understand that, but 50 million debit cards were hacked last year, had to be replaced. Imagine if it got hacked on the 30th of the month. You can't pay rent on the 1st. You can't pay your car payment on the 1st.
Gotcha.
And then if you're like 67% of all American households that don't pay off their credit cards in full every month, they're financing their Big Macs. Instead of closing up those cards, which will damage your scores, what you want to do is you want to take your credit cards, you want to get some hamburger, and you want to put your credit cards in the hamburger and make a meatball. And when you make this meatball, you can put it in the freezer, because it's going to take about 2 hours for this to thaw out. If you cut them
2 hours for you to think about your spending.
It's
Thank
2
you
hours
so much,
to think
Rondi.
about spending. Thank you so much.
Well, this is all great tips. We're going to put it on our website and stick with us, because we're going to have more Great Day Washington, some music after this.